But my point is that the Prime Minister is involved in very delicate negotiations. She has to please the 52% and the 48% if she can. She's come up with what she thinks is a workable solution, and others...
So I don't buy this.
And others are saying
Adam, I'm
that
sorry,
others, Boris Johnson, Jacob Rees-Mogg are saying it's crazy.
No, I'm sorry, I don't buy this 52 and 48%.
Well, it's true.
We had a referendum.
That's the country. That's
the majority of the public, way majority, over 6%, wants just to get on with it, OK? So it's not dividing into 58, 52 and 48.
The argument is not about getting on with it. The argument
You're
is about...
2 years behind. Here we have...
No. The argument is about... The argument is about...
I'm sorry, I'm in the middle of saying something.
No.
We voted to leave.
Yes, and
therefore, the government's job is to deliver what the British people voted for.
The argument is how we do it.
Yeah, of course.
How we do it. And Mrs May thinks she's got a way of doing it, and you and your colleagues in the European Research Group are not backing the Prime Minister.
I believe that you can implement only something that is implementable. I've sat in government and seen complicated issues like this before. I can tell you now, this new customs partnership will not work for a number of reasons. If you ask business, let's just take, for example, we leave the European Union, and we have this system in place. We then want to do a trade deal with the United States or somewhere else. There's no way on earth they're going to let their companies be involved in a trade deal. We get zero tariffs to them.
No, it hasn't. You don't hang on. That's not been agreed with
Let me finish, because you need to understand what the problem is.
But you're making an assertion which is not
Adam,
true.
Sorry, just
which
wait.
is that you're saying this excludes us doing trade deals. We don't know.
Let me tell you why, OK? Wouldn't you like to know the answer to that question? Right, let me finish. So here's what happens. You get a deal with them to do zero tariffs. Why would they do a deal with us when their companies have to come to the UK to export, every one of them, regardless whether they go into the EU, actually has to pay full EU tariffs? Later on, they may get a rebate. And if you've seen how governments do rebates, that can be a long period of time.
Yes,
so their companies have to take an upfront cash hit. Our companies would not. They will not do that because it makes this no longer a free trade deal. So that's just one element of what is a complete complication.
What we don't know is how the alternative, how the max factor deal would work either. Because that doesn't work anywhere in the world either. That requires new technology to be invented.
We know that right now this is how we do the borders for non-EU imports and exports. It is. What we are talking about with
by the government's own admission, we don't have the technology.
Do me a favour, Alan. Adam, you asked me a question. Let me finish it, all right? So here we have, I used to be running a business. I used to export all the time around the world. So I think I've done a little more of this than you have. And I can tell you now...
You don't know whether I run a business
Well, I tell you right now, I have. So here's the point. Right now, if you go in, say, to a place like Felixstowe, they already have pre-declarations taking place. Some of the new advanced technology we're talking about bringing in to speed that process up is what they're talking about with maximum facilitation.
How long does the average container spend getting through Felixstowe docks?
It takes very little time, because if it's on a TIR system, it's scanned and it goes through.
It's a matter of hours, isn't it?
It's not. It's a matter of minutes.
How long does it take to get through Calais?
Go to Switzerland and have a look at the border in Switzerland.
I've been to the border in Switzerland.
And I can tell you now, I've exported through those borders.
Which people keep on telling me doesn't exist. It does exist.
And with the system influenced by the maximum facilitation, we'll have a much faster process. It's building on what is already there, not inventing a new process which has never been tried anywhere in the world.
Would you prefer to have Boris Johnson as Prime Minister and Party leader?
With respect, it's an irrelevant question.
Well, it's not an irrelevant question.
I have a Prime Minister and I'm trying to persuade her.